Good. It's been started. We were there into this file. Last time around, I had completed the loan amortization schedule and various finance functions we had seen. Some of the finance functions which were not required, we were not supposed to go into that, though they were there in the worksheets, like the MIRR, cum IMT, cum prints, price of the bond, yield of the bond. These were not covered. So you are not supposed to worry much about this because these are advanced financial functions and are not covered in the FM actually. They are not required at this level of UG2. But others we have completed. Now, the function that we are going to start today is not the finance function. It's going to be useful everywhere in every kind of a data. But what is the requirement of that function? First of all, try to understand. There is one function called data table, which gives you the metrics of the uh, answer which you have derived after applying various variables. So if I give you a very simple example, let's try to understand, say something written over there. Okay, let me take the example of this rate. Everyone should go to this rate. Have you found that rate? There are certain works which have been done, so I'm just removing this. You people might not have such rows, don't worry. Okay, these remarks as well I am removing. Try to understand my question. I am asking one question to all of you, first of all. Now, what is there in the rate? Try to understand this question. Here, there are 15 number of years given to you, and in each and every month, you are investing something. The amount of something is 5,000 rupees. You are investing 5,000 rupees on monthly basis. And the future value which you want after 15 years is 30 lakhs rupees. So it's nothing but a goal based planning. You have a decided goal that you want 30 lakhs rupees after 15 years for XYZ expenditure of yours. You are going to invest on monthly basis. The maximum amount you can invest is 5,000 rupees. Now, here we are supposed to find that what shall be your required rate of return, what shall be your percentage rate of return so that you get 30 lakhs rupees after 15 years. That's the reverse engineering. That's the goal based planning, widely famous among the financial experts. Majority of the financial experts now have moved to the goal based planning. No one comes to them and says that I want to invest this much of a money because I'm able to save this much. First, they try to identify the goal, that what do you require after how many number of years. So what will be the amount of expenditure you will be requiring at that time? And to satisfy that requirement in the future, how much of amount you should start saving right now in every month basis. So what shall be your rate of return expectation from this? And the function for rate starts with the sign of equal to RATE, opening the bracket, right? And there are various parameters of it. Let me use the magnifier so that you'll be able to get it in better way. So here at the place of rate, I'm using some rate, right? Equal to RATE, opening the bracket. Then first argument is the number of periods. I'm selecting the number of periods, which is 180. There are two ways. One, you may select where 180 is written. Number two, you may insert 180 right itself in the formula, comma. PMT is the amount of installment you make. I'm inserting the sign of minus. You people are very much aware now that why I'm inserting the minus. Because if we want the ultimate answer positive, we need to insert something in minus in the main syntax. So minus and selecting the cell where 5,000 is written, comma. Then it asks me about the PV, the present value I do not have. Here we are doing the reverse engineering. We want to see that to get the future value of 30 lakhs rupees, how much rate expectation I should have, comma. Now, FV is given to you. Say if you do not insert minus sign before this PMT, no, then also it's fine. You may insert minus sign before the FV. That could have been fine as well. So I'm removing the minus over here. Let me insert the minus over here in the FV. That is also fine. In both the ways, you get the answer. And the FV I require is 30 lakhs. So I'm linking the cell where 30 lakhs is written, comma. Then it asks me that whether you will be investing at the end of the period or at the beginning of the period. I would say I would invest at the end of the period. If nothing is given to us, we assume that it's an ordinary annuity, yes or no, that we are going to invest at the end of each and every period. And in this case, period is month, comma. Now we are supposed to guess one rate. Now we may guess whatever we want to, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever the percentage you want to guess, but make sure that you are inserting in percentage sign. Say I'm guessing 2%, comma. Closing the bracket, pressing enter. You get the monthly return of 1.16 percentage. Try to understand. My question is not over yet. Now you have got 1.16 percentage. The question in fact starts now. Say I give you some permutation combinations. Say your investment is 5,500. Then it is changing to 6,000. Then your investment is changing. Sorry 6,000 नहीं 600. हर बार हमें ना 500 ऐड करते जाएंगे तो वो 6,000 तक पहुंच जाएगा. So what I have done is I have pressed equal to, selecting this cell, plus 500. In the next cell you get 6,000, right? Now I'm copying this and pasting it to some other cells like this. Try to understand my question now. Now, in this, I want the rate expectations. See, the FV is going to be the same. That's gonna be 30 lakhs rupees only in each and every scenario. But I want the future value written over here below that. Not future value, sorry. The rate of expectation written over here below that over here in this. Now, way number one you have is, you may start applying the formula again and again. So how many number of combinations you have in this case? Only 8 or 9 cases, right? That is still practicable. I mean, you may copy the formula and change every point of time. You will keep on changing those, the EMI amount which you invest. But in any of the way, it would be too much time consuming. Here you have just 5 to 10 entries. If the entries would be say 200, then what you will do? At every point of time, if you will try to insert some formula and then you will copying and pasting it down, and in that pasting as well, you will try to change some of the things which would be changing over a period of time. It would be lot time consuming, right? Excel comes to the rescue now. Excel gives you a systematic data table within just a minute. You will have to just tell Excel that which variable is getting changed, nothing else. But the rule number one for that is, say wherever you want the rate, in whatever the row you want the rate, here in the first box, you must insert the formula again. See, here my formula is inserted over here, that is 1.16 in which cell? B8. But that must be there over here because next to it, I want various other rates by changing one variable, right? So I am writing the formula of rate again over here. RATE, every one of you should start doing along with me. Opening the bracket, number of periods shall be 180, comma, PMT shall be 5,000, comma, PV amount we do not have, I am writing 0, comma, FV amount. Before that, I'm putting minus so that we get the answer positive. That reaches to 30 lakhs. I'm selecting that cell, comma, type 0, comma. I'm guessing anything. And if you do not want to guess, then also it's fine. It's optional in nature. Say I'm guessing 1% there. Closing the bracket, pressing enter. Now here it gives me the 1%, but it is not exactly the 1%, right? There are some decimals which are missing. So what I'll do, I'll increase the decimals. I'll go to the home tab and I'll increase the decimals from here. So exact rate of return comes around 1.158%. Now this rate of return comes only when other conditions are satisfied. That means the amount of installment is 5, FV is 30 lakhs, number of periods are 15 years. What if this particular amounts are getting changed? I want one type of a data table there. Not here. I'm doing the control X next to this. Here I should have this rate. Now this rate expectation comes only when your PMT is 5,000, right? But we want the rate expectation as 5,500, x 6,000, x 6,500, x 7,000, and so on. Can someone tell me what is the shortcut key we use? Or if some alternative comes in your mind, you can let me know about it. आपको कोई ऐसा लग रहा है कि सर ये कर सकते हैं तो भी बताओ, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. अपन का पूरा अप्रोच है ना, दैट्स गोना बी द प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग अप्रोच. Identify the problem. I have stated the problem in front of you here. Now try to find the solution by whatever the means you can. That's perfectly fine. May I have any sort of a conversation from your side? That's fine. You guess it. That is also fine. You try to apply some other way. That's fine. Anyone? Okay. I hope you people are there with me till now. Now, once it is done, no, rule you have understood. Rule is that आपको रेट जहां पे चाहिए उसके बाजू में सबसे पहले आपका रेट इंसर्ट हो जाना चाहिए. रेट मतलब कि कोई भी फॉर्मूला. यहां पे हमने रेट का फॉर्मूला यूज किया है. इट कैन बी एनी अदर फॉर्मूला. Whatever the formula that you are applying in the data must be the leftmost selected data from where the selection should start, right? So now I should select it from here. It's there in the left hand side, extreme left hand side, right? And I need to select those PMT amounts as well, because Excel will not be able to know that for what amount you want the expected rates. Once this kind of a data selection is done, okay, 8,500 is remaining. Now once this kind of a data selection is done, then you may go to the data tab, and in data tab you have the what if analysis. In what if analysis you have the function of data table. Click on that. Now it has just a plain simple two arguments. One is row input cell, another one is column input cell. Row input cell माने के what is getting changed in the row. Now row is this one, horizontally given to you, and column is this one. Now in column no other variable is inserted, only one variable is there. The variable which is getting changed over a period of time, it is just the PMT, and based on that PMT we want the rate. So no two variables are there, only one variable is there. And that is also there in the row. You must have observed that it's a horizontally given to you. Check it. PMT is getting changed horizontally. So I'm not selecting the column, I'm selecting the row. Why? Because PMT are written horizontally. Now click on this button and select the cell which is a part of your formula where PMT is written. So here is the cell which is part of my formula where PMT is written, which is B4, right? Press enter. What I have done, I have just told Excel that what I want in the result. No, what I want in the result. Now Excel will do it. For that I have selected the data. The second thing which I have told to the Excel is that which variable is getting changed. So I clicked over here. Why I clicked to the row and not column? It's row because the PMT is given in the horizontal format in our data table. That's why I've selected row, not column, right? It's not vertically given, it's horizontally given. Now, what is that cell? That cell is the PMT cell. So I'm selecting that PMT, simple. Pressing enter. और कुछ करना ही नहीं है, press OK. You have got the rates. As simple as that. For all this number of combinations. Check it out. Now here, this is not in percentage, right? That's in decimal. Let's convert it into percentage. I'm selecting this, and you people are pretty much aware that which shortcut key needs to be used, right? Control Shift right arrow. Then going to the Home tab, pressing the percentage sign from here, and increase the decimal so that we get to know what is the exact rate of return you are expecting. Now try to understand the interpretation of this. If you want, now if some client comes to me and says that, I want 30 lakhs rupees. Now what shall be my rate of expectation if I invest this many amount of PMTs in monthly basis? I would straight away say to him that, sir, if you invest 8,500 rupees on monthly basis, no, then your rate of expectation on monthly basis reaches to 0.68, which is quite a less expectation, I must say. This kind of an expectation can be satisfied even with the fixed deposit, because 0.68 hardly reaches to 7 or 8% of yearly return. And 7 or 8% of yearly return can be found in the fixed deposit too. Right? But if you can invest just 5,500, then your monthly expectation reaches to 1.1177. That means your yearly expectation would be somewhere around 13%. And 13% of yearly return cannot be satisfied by the fixed deposits, because fixed deposits are more stable in nature. They do not give you this much of a risk, this much of a returns. Higher the risk, higher the return. That is the fundamental rule of finance, right? For that, you will have to find some alternative investment avenue. This is how the interpretation would be looking like. If I invest 6,500, then expected rate of return comes at 0.930. As simple as that. Is everyone clear? May I have the confirmation, please, if you are there with me, and if you have done it, just give me yes sir or done sir or whatever the way you want to convey, through the chat box or by unmuting yourself. Everyone. From Ayushi we have got, from Ria too we have got. Good to see that. Others, I'm waiting for your replies. Miss Bhavini, Mr. Ayush, good. Very good. Let's move on. Now, this was just a one variable. Now, let's introduce two variables now into this. So the permutation and combination would reach to some big numbers. Please open one another worksheet here. एक नई वर्कशीट ओपन करो और मेरे साथ लिखना शुरू करो. Everyone would start writing along with me. Say PMT is 5,000. Then rate expectation is coming at say 12%. 13, sorry. And number of years, say for example 12. I've opened one new worksheet, and in that I'm writing. Every one of us would be writing this. Now what I want is, I want to prepare one table where required rate of return is getting changed. Say 14%, 15, and every point of time adding 1%. So my Excel students will not be putting 14, 15, 16 and so on, you would just use the formula previous cell plus 1 percentage. Press enter. You have got 16, right? Now do Control C and paste it up to 22. You will take it up to 22 percentage. That is a one variable. I try to understand. There is another variable coming into the picture, and that variable is say number of years 13, and every point of time you would be adding more number of years, so plus 1. So 14 से लेके अपन कॉपी करके 22 तक पहुंचा देंगे. So this is how my data should be looking like. Now say this PMT is monthly in nature. I'm writing in the bracket monthly. So our calculation should also be monthly. I told you that the formula must be there in the left hand side from where your data should start, but what if we have two variables? If we have two variables, then it must be at the top side of left hand side box. आपका जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से सिलेक्शन शुरू होता है ना, उसका जो टॉप बॉक्स होता है वहां पे वो फॉर्मूला इंसर्ट होनी चाहिए. So it must be inserted over here. Then only you can do it. Otherwise not. So if this is the selection, no, then Excel can do it. But this is not a selection, right? Because there are rates, and rates needs to be converted into monthly basis. And these are yours. Yours should also be converted into monthly because this PMT is monthly. So what I'm doing, try to understand up everyone. I am finding first the monthly rate here equal to this 13 percentage divided by 12. So I've got the monthly rate. Now let me convert it into percentage from here, from the home tab, percentage sign, increase few decimals up to 3. Why I'm finding the monthly rate? Because I want the future value of annuity, and the annuity is monthly in nature, so that's why I must have the monthly rate. I can directly insert divided by 12 into the formula of FV, but I do not want to do this because that will not be reaching us to the conclusion for the data table. And the second thing I require is number of periods. Number of periods, total number of years are 12. So obviously period shall be 12 multiplied by 12. So that would be 144. Or I may just write 144 over there in that box. The simplest trick which you should identify here is the rate and the number of periods must be converted into monthly basis now. So I'm converting this number of years into monthly basis. So 13 multiplied by 12. Everyone should do it along with me. So what I've done is I've just linked the cell equal to this cell which is A8 multiplied by 12. Enter. And हर बार हमें करना नहीं है because we are the Excel students. We know how to do it. Control C. Paste it up to this. You get the total number of periods for all this. Now the rate must be divided by 12, right? So I'm selecting the cell where 14 percentage is written, so that is nothing but the C6 divided by 12. Enter. Right, now copy this and paste it to all other cells next to it. You get the monthly rate of expectations of return. And let me convert this into percentages. Control Shift right arrow to select up to the last cell of the active data range. And then going to the home tab, percentage sign, And let me say that your formula must be inserted in the left hand side corner box. This must be my selection. And if this must be my selection, then the intersection point of number of periods and the rate of return expectation, that intersection point, my dear fellas and fellies, is the cell where formula must be inserted. Else the data table answer will not be given to you. So that's why I had kept the one row, one column empty between these two. You must have got it now. So here I should insert the formula, right? So equal to FV, opening the bracket. Now rate, please select the monthly rate because the amount of investment is monthly. So I'm selecting the monthly rate, comma, number of periods shall be 144, comma, PMT is the amount of investment we make, that comes at 5,000. I am putting the sign of minus क्योंकि एक्सेल के साथ जुगाड़ करना पड़ेगा. एक्सेल के साथ जुगाड़ इसलिए करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि we want the ultimate answer to be in plus, so that's why I'm putting minus sign before PMT. So minus and linking the cell. Do not write 5,000. Please link the cell. Data table works. Data table functions only if the cells are linked inside the formula, else not. I'm linking the cell where PMT is written, which is 5. Comma. Present value details are not at all given to me. I would just straight away put 0. It's optional in nature. Comma. Period. At the end of the period we are investing or at the beginning of the period? If no information is given, we would assume that it's the end of the period. Closing the bracket. Pressing enter. So you have got the future value of 17,16,491. Now our data table works start. We want to prepare the matrix. Total number of combinations can be found by multiplying the total number of entries in rows and columns. Here you have the total number of count is 10. So in column you have 10, and how many rates are there? 10, and rates are given to you are 9. So 10 and 9, matlab ki there are 90 combinations. So you will be solving the future value sums, which will be 90, you know. आप 90 फ्यूचर वैल्यू के सम को इधर सॉल्व कर रहे हो, लेकिन हम नहीं करने वाले हैं. एक्सेल किसके लिए बना है? आलसी लोगों के लिए तो बना है, हमारे जैसे सब. हम एक्सेल को बोलते भाई तू कर ले, चल मैं नहीं करूंगा, जल्दी जल्दी कर. फिर हमारा सिलेक्शन किधर से शुरू होना चाहिए? एवरीवन शुड फोकस ओवर हियर. सिलेक्शन मस्ट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड कॉर्नर बॉक्स, top corner box is the cell where formula must be written. If not, then it will not work. This is how it must be given to you. Once you have this kind of a presented and arranged data, then you can go to the data tab, what if analysis, data table. It asks you that which variables are getting changed. I would say in a row, which is the horizontal. Can someone tell me horizontally which variable is getting changed?
Percentage.
Very true. And vertically?
The number of periods.
Very true. तो अपन क्या करेंगे, ये जो रो है ना उसके क्लिक बटन के ऊपर क्लिक करेंगे, क्लिक ऑन दैट रो बटन and select the monthly rate which you have selected in the formula, which is over here, this 1.083. Now you must have observed that why I had told you to find the monthly rate, right? Because that's going to be the part of the data table. That's why. Pressing enter, then it asks you that what is the variable which is getting changed in the column. I would click on this button and I would say that my number of periods are getting changed in the column. Please do not select number of years. It must be number of periods. So clicking over here 144, pressing enter. That's it. As simple as that. You will have to just select the two variables which are getting changed in the formula. Press enter. And the 90 future value sums you have solved within a minute. Just in a minute, you have solved 90 FV questions. Just try to imagine if you would be doing this manually one by one. कितना टाइम ज्यादा आपका? ये बैठे बैठे 1 मिनट में दे रहा है, एक्सप्लेनेशन में दे रहा हूं इसलिए, वरना तो 1 मिनट से भी कम लगेगा ये. Has everyone got this? Now try to understand the interpretation of each and every portion of it. You people will tell me, now. This is open for discussion, every one of you. I am selecting this one. What is the interpretation of this amount? Can someone tell me? Giving you the hint. What is the interpretation of this amount? No one? Okay, let me do it for one time. Then you will be doing it. Randomly, I'll be asking to anyone now. The interpretation of this one is, if you invest for 15 years on monthly basis, how much? 5,000. And your return expectation is 17%, then the future value after 15 years would be 40 lakhs 87,050. Expectation के future value कितनी change हो रही है? From 17 to 18 if you go, no? The future value is getting changed almost by 5 lakhs rupees. So 1% of return also matters a lot. When you receive the 5 lakhs rupees less at the end of this period, it matters a lot to you. That's the power of compounding. Even a 1% of a difference in the rate will be making the too much of difference at the end. Check it over here. If your rate of expectation is 17% and you invest it for how many number of years? 22 number of years. Then the future value will be 1 crore 41 lakhs. If you just go to 22 years from 15 years, your money is reaching from 40 lakhs to 1 crore 41 lakhs. That's the power of compounding. It increases with the exponential rate. People fail to understand that. पैसा पैसे को खींचता है. पैसा एक जगह पे इन्वेस्टेड कहीं ना कहीं रहेगा तो एक दिन वो वंडर्स क्रिएट करता है. Okay, now you will tell me the interpretation of something which I am circling out. This one. What is the interpretation of this? May I have the answer, please? Anyone? Any one of you? Jasmine, Bhavesh, Zenith, Mr. Wasim, Miss Ayushi, Mr. Brajesh, Mr. Anand, Mr. Liai. All? No one? Yes, Mr. Hamid, बताइए.
If you invest 5,000 monthly, 22 years, and your return expectation rate is कहाँ पे आपने select किया था सर? Return expectation is 19%, तो इतना बराबर नहीं.
Right. Good. So your return expectation is 19%, and 22 years you are investing, then the future value would be this much after this many number of years. Okay. One more on the data table task, and then we'll be signing off for the day. So everyone should go to should go to, and this would be done by you only, huh? Now let's go to, where is the loan? Okay, I'm going to the loan amortization worksheet, and below that I'm preparing one table. Everyone should start doing along with me. This would be taking just 2 to 3 minutes of yours now, because now you are aware about it, right? So say loan amount is 50 lakhs, rate yearly would be 9%, and the number of years are, say, 10, right? Installments are paid monthly. You are supposed to find the installment amount at various permutation and combinations. I am first giving you the 10% rate. Okay, 9.5 I am giving you first. Then at every time I'm increasing the rate by 5%. So previous rate plus 0.5 percentage, 10 you have got. I'm copying this and taking up to 13.5. Where I am, please check it out. I am there in the cell number C211. Okay. Here I have the combination of, say, number of years of loan, 8, 9. Then at every time I'm adding 1 year. And we will take it up to, say, 15 years, 16 years. Okay. So can someone tell me what we are supposed to do? May I have the interaction from your side, please? To find the PMT amount, first of all, we are supposed to find the number of periods, right? So equal to this 8 multiplied by 12. Now copying this and pasting it to all other cells. So you have got the number of periods for all this number of years. Why I'm doing this? Because installment amount is paid on monthly basis. And we want to find that what will be our installment amount. Right? Okay. Now rate equal to this divided by 12, 9.5 divided by 12, and copying this and stretching it to all the cells, and I'm converting that into percentage now. Increasing the decimals so that this is how it looks like. Now who will tell me what should I do now? It shouldn't be taking more than 1 or 2 minutes of us. Everyone थोड़ा सा एकदम मस्त, एकदम रिजुवेनेटेड हो जाओ, एनर्जी के साथ खड़े हो जाओ. मेरा भी 5वां लेक्चर बोलते बोलते जा रहा है, लेकिन उसके लिए मेरी एनर्जी बिल्कुल डाउन नहीं है. यू मस्ट हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड कि मेरी एनर्जी डाउन नहीं है. मैं देखो उसी तरह से बोल रहा हूँ. यू शुड ऑल्सो बी. एवरीवन क्या करें अब? कहाँ पे फॉर्मूला आना चाहिए? कौन बताएगा? 1 मिनट के अंदर हो जाना चाहिए. चलो जल्दी. फॉर्मूला कहाँ पे आएगा बेटा? Some people are conversing through the chat box. Left hand side corner box, yes or no? थक गए हैं बच्चे. कोई बात नहीं. Equal to, it's I can understand, it's 413, right? And to find the installment amount, the formula starts with PMT. You people were not there last time around, so that's why you might not have the knowledge of it. That's perfectly fine. ये दिवाली के पहले पहले जो आए थे ना लेक्चर्स वहां पे किया था, तो बहुत लोग उस समय पे नहीं थे, छुट्टियों का माहौल था. Now to find the PMT, let's first write rate and number of periods. So what I'm doing is I'm inserting one more column over here, one more row over here. I'm clicking on this 211, right click, insert, again right click, insert. So first I'm doing is rate per month. So equal to this rate divided by 12, because this installment amount will be paid on monthly basis, right? And if the monthly basis, if we are making the payment, that means our rate should also be monthly basis. So clicking over here on the percentage sign, let me increase the decimals again a bit, and number of periods equal to 10 number of years multiplied by 12, because this is monthly. So once you get this number of periods and all, then you can find the PMT amount now. So what is the PMT? PMT is the installment amount you'll be paying for the loan. Say if you are taking the loan of 50 lakhs rupees at 9% of the yearly interest, and that will be paid in the 10 years, then what will be your monthly installment? So equal to PMT, opening the bracket, selecting the rate. Please select the month per month rate, because that will be taken for the reference by your data table. That's why I'm selecting the per month rate, comma. Number of periods shall be 120. It should not be number of years. It should be 120 only. And 120 shall not be written manually. It must be linked through a formula, because that link will be taken as a reference by your data table. Comma. PV is the present value. Loan you are taking the present, right? Loan you do not take in the future. Is the present value only. So I'm inserting the sign of minus so that our ultimate answer would be positive. So minus 50 lakhs, selecting the cell where 50 lakhs is written. I'm not writing 50 lakhs. Comma. Future value loan का कुछ है नहीं, दिया हुआ नहीं है, मालूम भी नहीं है, 0. Comma. Installments will be paid at the end of the period. Let's assume it's an ordinary annuity. 0, closing the bracket, pressing enter. And let me increase the size of bit. It's not an error. Layman calls it an error. Excel students does not call it error, right? Let me increase the size of it. So the EMI on monthly basis you get for this loan amount is 63,337. Yes or no? Is everyone there with me till now? May I have a confirmation in the chat box, please? यहां तक मेरे साथ हो तो ही अपन आगे बढ़ पाएंगे. अब 1 ही मिनट का टास्क रह जाता है और कुछ बाकी नहीं. 1 minute and you will have the different PMT amounts at different permutation and combination. From Mr. Preet we have got, Ms. Farhin, Ms. Sayushi we have got, Mr. Harshil too. Good to see that. Both the Harshils. Oh my God. I used to say to the people, that if you combine all the Harshils, all the Vishwas and all the Riyas together, you people will be forming a one more class. इतने ज़्यादा हर्षिल, रिया और विश्वा आ गए हैं क्लास में. Anyway, let's select it right from this. This is how my selection must be looking like. Left hand side corner top box must be the cell where formula is inserted, and in that formula manually nothing is written. All the cells are linked. Now once this is selected, going to the data, then what if analysis, data table, and bachas and bachis. We have the two variables over there. Can someone tell me what is being changed in the row here? क्या चेंज हो रहा है रो के अंदर? रेट हाँ के ना? बच्चे चैट बॉक्स में बता रहे, कोई अनम्यूट नहीं कर रहा है, बोलो. कोई बात नहीं.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so clicking on this button and selecting the monthly rate, because that monthly rate is been taken as a reference in the formula. That's why I'm taking the monthly rate. Enter. Column input cell, which is the vertical cell. which is the number of periods, right? Number of periods are getting changed. So click over here and you select 120, pressing enter, pressing OK. Congratulations, you have the PMT amounts for all these combinations and permutations. So if someone asks you that at what different rate, what amount of PMT he is supposed to pay, you would be calculating just in a minute in the Excel and you would say to them, ये लो भैया इतने नंबर ऑफ इयर्स इतना परसेंटेज, ये लो मेरी तरफ से पीएमटी 1 मिनट के अंदर. कुछ थर्ड सेमेस्टर के बच्चे कौन सी तो कॉलेज में, कौन से तो कोर्स में फ्यूचर वैल्यू और प्रेजेंट वैल्यू के डिस्काउंट फैक्टर के लिए टेबल यूज करते हैं. मैं तो हैरान हो गया, भैया टेबल यूज कौन करता है? मेरे बच्चे एडवांस एक्सेल के बच्चे इधर एक्सेल में टेबल बनवा देंगे फ्यूचर वैल्यू प्रेजेंट वैल्यू के, और तुम वहां पे टेबल की बात करते हैं बच्चे टेबल में देख के देखते हैं कि फ्यूचर वैल्यू में कौन सा कंपाउंडिंग फैक्टर लगेगा, कौन सा डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर लगेगा. बोलो, चलो कोई बात नहीं. इज एवरीवन देयर विद मी? जस्ट गिव मी अ कंफर्मेशन थ्रू द चैट बॉक्स प्लीज वंस यू आर देयर. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग द मेकअप ऑफ इट, यू नो, थोड़ा सा मेकअप कर देते तो बुरा ना लगे इसको. ऑल्ट एच बी ए, सब मेकअप हो गया, बॉर्डर्स आ गई. जिनका हो जाता है कंफर्मेशन दे दीजिए. Okay, good. So that's it from my side. Just sharing the attendance file with you. Remain over here for 30 seconds more. I'm sorry it got stretched a bit today because I was under the impression that lecture starts at 3:30. Because, you know, my MBA lectures are starting at 3:30. That's why. Anyway, I'm really sorry. That was my fault. Advanced Excel attendance.